welcome to the Journey with Neek, where I become a mechanic. Yes, I just got a car. It's a 2013 Chevy Sonic, and my coolant reservoir tank is literally peeing out coolant. Here's the evidence. They quoted me $400. I didn't have it, so let's do it ourselves. First things first, I'm going to use my pliers to pinch the metal clamps that are on the hoses that are connected to my reservoir tank. Shout out to Dr. Shock. You are the reason that I knew I could do this. You gave me all the confidence. So I go to the second hose and I do the exact same thing. Now, unlike his video, my second hose was not at all easy. And I partially blame the fact that I had the slip lock pliers. I should have just got the regular pliers, but I was really flustered when I bought everything. But yeah, it kept locking, and baby, don't get those pliers. Whatever you do, don't use the slip lock pliers, because if you're anything like me, they just gonna increase the frustration, and you're gonna need some liquid libation when you're done. I didn't get any liquid libation. I drank water. Anywho, all right. So I keep trying to get it off, and it's not really coming off. And then I was like, you know what? Let's try a different angle. I did it, and it didn't work. But then I got it together and I was like, it's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. So if your second hose or first hose is anything like mine, try this. Pinch the metal clamp and then hold the hose in your hand and rock it back and forth. Literally just wiggle it off until it comes off. Don't be too hard. Be as gentle as possible. Try to keep your rhythm so it just comes off. We don't want to lose our clamps. Those are very, very important. You don't want to have to go and spend any more money than you already spent. This is to save money. And if you're going to, have to keep going back and get things, it's going to make you upset. See how that just popped off? You see how the metal clamp is literally still attached? This is what we want. Keep all of your things intact. Now, if you do have coolant, you want to make sure you put something under those hoses to make sure they don't leak. Now, we're going to go in with our combination wrench for those two screws right there. And I'm using a 10 millimeter, fit perfectly. And it wasn't really hard for those to get off. They were fairly simple, fairly easy. You do want to make sure that you keep up with those. I literally just set them right there on the hood of the car, so I did not lose them, because again, no extra money, y'all. We're saving money. This is my coolant tank. Yours may look different. If yours look different, make sure you get the right coolant tank for you. I went to my local Napa auto parts store because I needed mine today. This is what mine looks like. Mine comes with a cap, and I think you can get them from Amazon. Some of them do not come with the cap, so make sure you read the description and make sure you're getting exactly what you need for your car. Okay, the part and everything. If you need help with the part, you can go to like AutoZone or O'Reilly's or anything like that, and they will help you with the part number. All right, cool. So now when we put it on, we're just going to put it on in reverse, basically, okay? So from here, I just sit it in there. Once you sit it in there, it's like this little hook on the back, and it just slides into this opening. So it kind of stabilizes it, but it doesn't stabilize it enough for me. Actually, for me, I needed it a little more stable. So I pinch the metal clamp, and when I do that, I just scoot it back up to the markers of where it was before, which lets me know it's back on there correctly. Again, number one, super duper duper easy, right? All right, now let's get into that second hose. That second hose was like my second child. Yeah, it was giving me a run for my money. every time. Every time it was giving me a run for my money. But I don't give up. I'm going to make it do what it do, baby. Period. So that's exactly what I did. I made sure I got it on there. And as you can see, it was doing that same thing again. It was like a little hard for me to do. And I'm like, you know what? It's a lot of movement going on this tank. So what I'm doing is I'm going to stop. And then we're going to put those screws back in. We're going to give it some structure, some stability. Because that's what it be needing. I literally was in here treating it like it was my kids. We're going to give you some structure and stability because that's what you need for you to actually, you know what I mean, do what you need to do, right? And I was like, all right, let's put these screws on there. You know, hunker down, foundation, give it foundation. And once I did that, I went back in and made sure that I put that mug on there right and tight, okay? And you want to make sure that these are secure too. Like, don't try to overdo it because you don't want to strip it like any screw. You know, you can strip it, and that part right there, actually I think it's plastic, so you don't want to break nothing. So yeah, just make sure those are securely on there. And yeah, go back in. And this is only if you're having a hard time with your hose. Like, you might not have a hard time with your hose. It might just come off right. All you literally have to do is pinch that metal ring and scoot it back. Yeah, mine didn't do that. So I had to pinch that metal ring and then kind of ease it on there. Literally, you know, like my second child, we're just easing things. We're just easing the vegetables onto his plate because he ain't going. But stable. Took the cap off just to make sure everything was everything. Put it back on there so I didn't lose it because I'd be losing stuff. Mom's brains. It's a real thing. So I put it back on there and tightened it. Just make sure everything was all right. Now I take my old reservoir tank with the teaspoon of coolant that it has, and I pour it into the new reservoir tank. Now, I did have to get a thing of coolant, and I just got universal coolant, which was a clear coolant that changed to the orange color for the Dex Cool. It basically just camouflaged into it, and I was all good. So once I put that in there, I did fill it up. I just didn't put that on camera. Now, I did look at my old reservoir tank. The scratches, just like Dr. Shock said, that is where it was pouring from. Literally. But this was super duper easy. I hope this helps. Like, I'm a mom. I can do it. You can too. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.